Stop calling APIs. Start writing code. That's the message Perplexity dropped yesterday with their new architecture called Search as Code. It could fundamentally change how every AI agent on the planet searches the web. Here's the full deep dive. Here's how AI agents search today. The model writes a query string. A search API returns 10 blue links. The agent reads them, extracts what it can, then writes another query, and loops. Again. And again. For a complex research task, this can mean hundreds of API calls. Each round trip burns tokens and time. Worse, the filtering logic is locked inside the API. The agent cannot customize its search strategy. It's like doing research through a librarian who can only hand you one book at a time, and you must finish each book before asking for another. Why is this broken? Because today's search engines were built for humans who want a neat list of links. For an AI agent running hundreds of searches, that setup is far too rigid. The agent can only tweak the search term. Everything else is a black box. Junk results pollute the context window. Long research sessions lose their coherence. This is the bottleneck Perplexity set out to break. Search as Code flips the entire dynamic. Instead of calling a fixed search API, the model writes a custom Python script. That script runs in a secure sandbox and uses basic search primitives like retrieve, filter, deduplicate, and re-rank. The model is no longer a consumer of search. It becomes the architect of search. The architecture has 3 layers. At the top, the model decides the search strategy. In the middle, a sandbox executes the generated code. At the bottom, an agentic search SDK breaks the search engine into individual mix-and-match functions. The model can fire off parallel queries, programmatically filter out noise, and pull only relevant data into its context window. The result? Lean context, clear reasoning, and dramatically better results. Here's a concrete example. For a cybersecurity task, the model writes a 3-stage Python pipeline. Stage 1 runs parallel searches tailored to how specific vendors format their security bulletins. Stage 2 scans its own findings, spots gaps, and runs targeted follow-up queries. Stage 3 uses a schema to verify that every CVE, product, and patch version lines up correctly. All generated by the model. All executed in the sandbox. Perplexity tested this on a real-world task. Find 200 critical software vulnerabilities published between 2023 and 2025. For each one, the agent needs the official vendor advisory and the exact patch version. Not blog posts. Not news articles. Official sources only. Search as Code nailed it. The agent achieved near-perfect accuracy while using 85% fewer tokens than the standard pipeline. Let me say that again. 85% fewer tokens. Competing systems got less than a quarter of the data right. That is not incremental improvement. That is a paradigm shift. The implications go far beyond search. Code is becoming the operational layer for AI agents. Not just what they produce, but how they think and act. Models handle strategy. Deterministic runtimes handle batching and filtering. Search infrastructure becomes an I/O layer. Here's the biggest insight. Context management is the new bottleneck. Not model size. Not training data. Not inference cost. Context. The winner in AI is whoever can put the right information in the context window and keep the junk out. Search as Code does this by design. Lean context leads to clearer reasoning. Clearer reasoning leads to better results. For developers, this changes everything. The era of agents calling fixed APIs is ending. The most capable systems will combine model reasoning with deterministic code execution. Code generation plus sandboxed execution plus verification. That is the pattern you will see everywhere in the next year. For things to remember. 1. AI agents must become architects, not consumers. 2. Code generation plus sandboxed execution is the winning pattern. 3. Context management beats model size. 4. Infrastructure is the real bottleneck now. Search as code is rolling out now in Perplexity Computer and the Agent API. OpenAI and Anthropic will respond. Sandbox safety frameworks are becoming critical. And the era of fixed APIs is ending. The agent revolution is not about bigger models. It's about better architectures. Subscribe for more deep dives on what's actually changing under the hood.